I don't know about you, but I personally love the smell of painter's tape. It's got that, bleh. Got a hair in my mouth. I don't know. Tape's just got that particular smell. No other tape's got. So, anyways, here is another Alex's HomePod. Different Alex from yesterday's stream. Same problem. So, let's plug it in really quick, see what we've got. So we have the usual 5-ish watts of power draw at the wall. Nothing happening here. It does appear that it is the usual dead diode. So we'll crack this open. We're going to do a little bit of maintenance first. We're going to replace the DC filters on the amp. Those are the little guys that go bad and cause all sorts of bass issues and death farts. And then we'll knock out that diode replacement and fix the actual power problem. And then we'll move on to Jimmy, it looks like. We've got, and they got their HomePod apart and sent in just the amplifier board to get fixed up, so we'll take a look at that without slicing our hands off, preferably. Did I draw blood? Nope, not even a scratch. So this will be a pretty short and sweet repair stream. Hopefully it'll be uneventful. we used to actually test the DC filters that we're going to be replacing first in here. We used to actually test them and go off of the DC offset that the amplifier lets out to determine whether or not we should actually replace them as part of the, whatever else they sent it in to get fixed up for. But as of lately, I'm starting to see a lot of these original filters starting to expire, which it's to be somewhat expected. The ceramic capacitors naturally decay over time and lose their effectiveness at doing that job of filtering DC voltage. It's just unfortunate that the Apple designed the amplifier the way they did, such that it's so susceptible to, even just one of those 4 filters going bad is enough to cause problems and damage. So, yeah, we will be outright replacing what the heck is going on here. Do I need to redo the port on this monitor? I got lucky when I bought this monitor. It actually worked just fine. Didn't need to do anything to it. But I think... Oh! Shoot, that wasn't even plugged in all the way. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, this is the infamous LG 5K ultrafine monitor that is widely known for having awful USB-C ports that have a habit of breaking off of the board and causing intermittent or no connection at all. And of course, that broke. That's great. Shit. And of course, it only has one input, so when that one input breaks, you have no other way of using the monitor. You gotta take it apart and fix it. And of course, the USB-C ports are soldered directly to the main board. They didn't put them on like an easily replaceable daughter board or anything like that. But we've made it another little adventure of ours, taking on LG ultrafine monitor repairs too. It's concerning how many people have that problem. It's just a bad design. It's a great monitor, but the input is horribly designed. Alright, so we've got a little bit of work for ourselves. We need to fix that broken screw on the amplifier board there. One of the screws that hold the power supply down decided to break instead of... Yep, there's that nasty freaking red thread locker stuff that they use from the factory. That stuff is awful. What do I got here? I got some teeny tiny little vice grips. Let's see, do I have enough clearance to grab this and twist it loose? These are my favorites. I don't think that's gonna come out. Oh, that's coming out. We just got to do that a bunch more, and we won't have to put new threads in this. Did we get it? Oh, so close. Very sketchy having vice grips close to a PCB like this. Especially something as sensitive as an amplifier board. There we go. So, that is our broken screw, and that is what they normally look like. So, there are 4 of those that hold our power supply to the amplifier board here, and unfortunately one of those was just really stuck in there. It happens. It happens. And I've got plenty of replacement screws. That's no big deal. Alright. Let's do some real work here. Start off with those filters. Let's do that first. Sounds like the fan in my heat gun's about to kick the bucket. Well, that's one way to get them off. Here we go. Perfect. Alright, now for the actual problem here. That's a 48K dated Schottky diode we got there, so that is almost certainly the source of our power issues. Let's get that replaced. that's that. Let's get this put back together. Alright, you get to watch my struggle. Here. There we go. And for this ribbon connector, it always tricks people. There we go. Forgot to put one more under the power supply here. There it is. Okay. Oof. Alright. Moment of truth.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Aren't we all?
For more info, check the home app.
Yeah. You're not home, little guy. But it sounds like you're doing alright now.
I'm having trouble.
Perfect. Let's put Alex away. Let's bring out Jimmy here. Let's see. Jimmy. Jimmy within a board only. Popping, ticking. Alright. We got ourselves a fun one. We'll replace Alex with Jimmy. Popping. That is so weird, Alex. This is definitely your name on this box. Yeah, same first and last name. Last four of the tracking number is 7701. Let me double check my emails too here. Unless I've got two of you guys with the same name. Yeah, no, this is definitely your HomePod. That is really weird, Alex. But you definitely sent in a black HomePod, and it definitely wasn't powering on for us. That is very weird. Do you have more than one HomePod that's not working? So here is our board from Jimmy. Let's get some stuff here to test it out. Let's see, I need my cable here. Oh, that's broken. I hope that was not my good one. Nope. Okay. Oof. I was gonna be sad. We need this. And one of these. Let me check here. Yes, Alex, you're correct there. Yeah, you sent your black HomePod in a white box. And this is the box you sent it in. I won't show too much on stream. There's more than you and I watching, so I don't want to dox you. But if you've got more than one HomePod, I would just go around your house and make sure all the other ones are working good too, eh? Just to make sure. Maybe you had more than one that wasn't powering on. I actually had one of mine in the kitchen the other day, like 2 days ago, that I didn't notice had lost its power, and it apparently had been off for like weeks. And I only noticed because I had tried to turn the power on for something, and it wasn't talking back to me, and I was like, what the heck? I know I abuse you. I know I call you mean names, but... Alright, make sure my Wi-Fi... Oh, the Bluetooth is still freaking on. I don't understand why iPhones just refuse to keep all of their radios off when you turn them off. The radios will just randomly turn themselves back on. Alright, and we gotta get our multimeter connected to this subwoofer here so we can see how good or bad those filters are. It's almost definitely bad filters, but... Oh yeah. Oh wow. We've got a whole 1,000 millivolts of DC offset, or a whole volt, and it's already at 1100 now. That is pretty nasty. Pretty surprised that this still works as good as it does. I'm curious if Jimmy had a roasted subwoofer inside of this too, or if it's if he caught it in time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Get these two first. I've found that as fun as it is to show off doing all four at once, it is just easier to do two of them at a time. So we can keep them separated. And we can keep up on the flux. There we go. I'll go ahead and clean that up since they're going to be seeing it. This is no clean flux, so I typically don't bother. But we'll make it a little more presentable for them. Yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get it. Alright, what kind of Schottky diode do we have on here? Do we need to worry about that? Yeah, it's got a 46K dated diode there, so that needs to get replaced. Yeah, sure, it's working fine now, but these date codes in particular on these diodes indicate a batch of bad ones. They love to fail and cause no power, so chances are if we just leave it as it is, even though it's working fine now, Jimmy will be sending this board back to us in a matter of months for power issues. So yeah, we're gonna do that here and now. Luckily, this diode's really easy. Way easier than those filters. Alright. Let's give this a chance to cool off and we'll check it all out. So if we know what we're doing here, that popping should be pretty much completely eliminated. I expect it to still give a little clicker tick as the amp turns on or off. That's expected, and that's normal behavior across all the HomePods, first gen or second gen, refurbished or whatever. But it shouldn't be popping. Yeah, that's beautiful. It shouldn't pop nearly as loud as it used to, and our DC offset is now within a very tolerable 13 to 15 millivolts here. Of course, over the next day or so, those capacitors will finish settling in, and that'll probably be even a little better. But what matters really is that this number here is less than 50 millivolts. I mean, really less than 200 millivolts. But we try to be a lot more aggressive with that and say 50 millivolts. We get that number from the multimeter leads connected to the subwoofer here. That subwoofer, of course, plugged into the amplifier. So this looks like it's all fixed up. Our offset's holding nice and steady. And that's actually all that we've got to fix up here today. So hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and